What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Rich Maliki, and
Angel Kiros, what's up?
it's the Rich and Angel Show.
I don't have the song or else I'd play it.
Absolutely. But
Yeah,
here we are.
here we are, man. We're isolating from home. We're self isolating, social distancing, the whole nine.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. This is
Yeah,
I did not think this is where we were going to be a couple weeks back.
I know. It's wild to think that like a month ago I was like, nothing will happen. We'll be fine.
Yeah, we were both kind of in like, I'm like, please,
Yeah,
we got work to do, and
yeah,
now
for real.
we're home. So what have you been doing the past week or two?
So I've just been kind of, first of all, first couple days, I was just like, I might as well embrace this. I kind of took a step back and just, you know, embraced not producing for a little bit, and just kind of cleared my head of everything. So like, I think right now I'm just starting to kind of get back into the thick of it and just saying like, all right, let me try and get some freelance stuff going. Let me put out some passion edits, of like maybe the stuff we've been doing, and just let me just start getting creative again. And there's only a certain amount of time I can go without being creative, or else I kind of lose my mind. So I'm kind of right there.
Yeah,
So that's where I've been. I've been kind of taking it slow, and then now I'm just like, all right, I'm kind of ready to just jump back in.
yeah. I kind of lost my way. I don't want to say lost my way, but I've just kind of fallen into like a blah kind of routine.
Yeah,
Definitely way off my game as far as that goes. I mean, I'm still staying as positive as I can. I'm not, down in the dumps or anything. I'm just not like there's no routine, there's no nothing. It's like, oh, when are you gonna go do that? I'm like, who cares? There's no time. Time is irrelevant at this point.
yeah. I saw a meme that said the only time that matters now is yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
It's just been crazy. So I've been trying to keep employees at Maliki Parts and Services updated as possible. Hopefully, you've been seeing my letters come through.
Yeah,
So I got another one. Today's Weekly Wednesday. I got another one coming out, which is going to be big decision being made now again. So you'll see that. I'll
okay.
probably talk about that after I release it and everything. But President Trump said, "Hey, listen, it's April 30th at this point.
Yeah, yeah.
What are we supposed to do?" And then as we near, I'm saying to myself, as we near April 24th, 25th, what's the state of the world going to be in then? Maybe he says, "Well, you know what? Now it's got to be May 31st."
Yeah, yeah. No, it's definitely nerve wracking because you know that they're giving us deadlines just to kind of keep us calm and keep us looking ahead to something. But I mean, the things that I've been hearing from that Dr. Fausti, I think his name is, um, this is looking to maybe disappear for summer, but then it's looking to come back after the summertime just because it's that kind of a virus. So I think that even if we do get back to business as usual, there's going to be a lot of things that are permanently changed, and
Yes.
there's going to be a lot of precautions that people are going to just have to take, just on the regular. So either way, we're looking at like a very big shift in the way we do business, the way we interact, the way we live.
That is exactly on point, man. I was just talking about this and with someone else just a little while ago, and I said there's going to be a new norm when we do get back to business.
Hmm.
As far as masks and gloves and bacterial, the hand sanitizer, even some of these big hazmat suits that I was just watching on LinkedIn. I saw someone on LinkedIn post for Heritage.
Uh-huh.
The hood, everything just like sutured down, and the mask and the gloves, and they're working on. I think they're working on a dishwasher, and I'm saying to myself, is this the new norm? Is this the way we have to go into these places going forward? Is it going to be forever? Is this just an interim as we just come out of this? Like,
Yeah.
start putting new things in place.
Yeah, I think the big out is going to be the vaccine. If we can land a vaccine, there's, I think, 100 trial medications that are being tested right now. And the FDA has kind of been cutting people some slack, but at the same time, they're not letting more than 100 go at once. And so I think that's going to be the big play is like if we can find a what do you call it? If we can find a vaccine that's really going to change this, then we can really get back to life as usual. But short of that, it's really just a play of like what situations are we allowed to be in? Are we going to be allowed to have church congregation or supermarkets or stuff like that, and just like being able to judge which risks we take, which risks are deemed appropriate.
Yeah, especially coming out of this thing. I mean, people, we say there's going to be a new norm, and I think there's going to be like a rush to like people going out to eat in restaurants. Like I do feel like people are like, oh, we're good to go again. Let's go. We're going to get beer, we're
Yeah.
going to get appetizers, and we're going to go get together. Like I think there's
And
going to be a surge of that, but I think there's going to be a sense of nervousness of the guy and girl next to you. Like, are we too close to each other right now? I mean, we're going to start thinking differently.
yeah, yeah. On the one hand, I'm just like, man, I'm gonna go out so hard as soon as all this is over. But on the other hand, it's like I'm scared of that because I'm assuming everybody else is gonna be thinking the same thing, and you're gonna be out and be like, oh, damn, there's a lot of people here, and that anxiety is just still gonna be lingering there. You know, we don't know exactly what's gonna happen.
No, this is definitely going to be a long rest of the year. I think getting through this. I think hopefully I'm thinking in my head like by Thanksgiving and Christmas this year, I think people will start to kind of come down a little bit from this. Maybe the vaccine is in place now, and I don't know, things will start getting back to somewhat normalcy, but I don't think it's
Yeah.
ever back to exactly the way it was. Are you going to shake someone's hand?
Right, right. Well, that's the thing. Like we've changed etiquette forever. You know, like the handshake has been, yeah, just a sign of respect for how many hundreds of years at this point. Yeah, we're gonna be Japanese. We're gonna bow from now.
Yeah. I mean, I'm down. I'm down for this.
Yeah, I'm down too. I think that just shows some respect. You
Yeah, I
know.
like. But that's the other thing too. I'm thinking about Maliki Parts of Service employees and the technicians and the stuff in the office. I mean, we're going to have to get Purell things for
Dispensers.
the office, dispensers, and then technicians. We have to figure out, when they come back, we have to start. First things first is going to be like a company meeting to like go over like new protocol on how to treat each job site, and do we get to add new services to the back end of this now? I'm starting to think we're going to be in the. I want to get in the cleaning business.
Right.
You know.
Right. Right. That's a great move. There's some ideas I think we could talk about as far as that goes because that's going to be a big play. Like everybody's going to want everything sanitized. Everybody's going to want everything to be meticulously clean. If not, that's going to affect how you do business in a big way.
Oh yeah.
What's been interesting to me is just seeing how the private sector moves. Bigger companies, people that are manufacturing things. Just seeing like just today, I think today or yesterday, the guy from My Pillow, the
Yeah.
CEO of My Pillow, he changed his entire factory. I think 75% of his output he changed to start making surgical masks. And I
Yes.
mean, it's the little things like that I think are real beneficial and just they show the ability of the private sector to be nimble and to be helpful too.
Yeah, and that's and there's opportunity, I'm not saying that there's opportunity in the midst of all this horrible things, but oftentimes there are opportunities for people, for businesses in times like this. And I'm not saying to take advantage of those things, but to look at the things that you could begin to bring to light, like he's doing with the masks. I just saw that this morning too. And for us, maybe it's going to be in the cleaning business. Because we're not necessarily in the cleaning business. We have
Right.
plant maintenance, we're sanitizing ice machines and steamers, but I'm going one step further. I'm talking about deep cleaning some of this equipment.
Oh yeah.
Getting into the power washing. Getting some of these grates and all these different things outside, and really getting into the nitty gritty of cleaning with disinfectants. And I don't necessarily think that that's a technician that needs to do it. That's not.
No.
That's something. That's new hires.
Yeah, that's new hires. That's better wages. That's new job opportunities for people, and I think those are going to be essential within like service industries now. And it's going to be good because it's going to open up a lot more, not only revenue for the company, but also a lot more job opportunities that are entry level and that you could kind of just get into. You don't need some special training or anything.
Yeah. Yeah. So one thing I wanted to talk to you about was people going live. There's a surge, right? Every
I'm
5
so
seconds, someone else is going live.
I'm so glad you brought this up because that was my mindset coming into this. I was like, damn, we should be going live all the time. But then I started thinking about it, and it's like, what is the one thing that we want is attention, right? Like Gary always says, we're seeking attention. And people's attention is not going to be in a live stream. People's attention is going to, right now, it's on Netflix. Right now, it's on the news. So these lives that people are doing are almost falling on deaf ears because nobody cares what your workout recipe is or what your lunch recipe is. Like
Mm.
people are very anxious right now, so unless it's relieving your anxiety or informing you, it's not really smart to go live with something like that.
Yeah,
It's kind of waste of bandwidth.
yeah, and I tell you what, I don't know if you've seen them, but I've been going live.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
there's been days that I have quite a few, and then there's been days that it's just been completely dead, like you said.
Yeah.
But it's been the days that I didn't, were pretty fun, and I've actually gone live on my personal Facebook, which I don't know if you saw that,
Hmm.
but I was doing like wine time with Rich Maliki, and I kept sliding down it. But we should do some lives together and just
Yeah, for sure. For
see what
sure.
happens.
Yeah, for sure. I think there has to be like if you have a core audience, then the lives are good. I think it's just that this has become such a like consumer driven thing where everybody and their mama is going on lives now because they think that they're going to capture some new attention, but really it's just a heightened exposure of the people that you're already watching. Like I'm not going to watch somebody new on live and waste my time. I'm going to watch the people I know that are giving me content and valuable content,
Yeah,
so or stuff that I enjoy and am entertained by.
yeah,
So
like
yeah, for
Shark
sure.
Damon. I follow him and different people like that. They're coming on and they're just offering their support and answering business questions and
Right, right. I've been really watching Dr. Mike. I don't know if you know who Dr. Mike is.
no.
He's a YouTuber. He does like doctor meme reviews and stuff. He's based out of New York. He's an actual like medical doctor, and he's just been fun because he's entertaining. But then like if something serious happens, he's able to actually inform you on the things that are actually happening when it comes to the coronavirus and all that. So
Yeah,
it's been a cool little swap, and like you're starting to see different channels be utilized for their credibility. Like Phil DeFranco. I don't know if you've ever seen Philip DeFranco.
no.
He's one of these YouTube news guys. He also takes on like gossip in the YouTube community, but he's a really reliable source when it comes to news because he's so just down the middle. He gives the opinion of the left, the opinion of the right, and then his own opinion. And so you're starting to see him come up in feeds a lot more because
Yep.
people actually believe him. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And then another kind of trend I'm seeing is like a lot of chefs doing more IGTV, like with their recipes and making food and stuff like. So I'm saying to myself, maybe I should start putting some longer form content on Instagram
Mm.
and going out of the norm. Like we do like pizza stuff, and obviously Barstool Sports has been doing the frozen pizza reviews. I don't know if you saw those.
I did see that.
But
That's
I'm
super
thinking I'm gonna
funny.
start doing some different frozen meal reviews and stuff like that, and just making a long form IGTV content. Honestly, not for any other reason, but just to pass time. I mean, I need to do something.
Well, yeah, that's the thing too. Is like if you're trying to experiment with stuff, this is the time to
Yeah,
really just say like I've been wanting to try something like this. There's no almost standard that you're kept to because it's like, well, he couldn't even get out of the house, so this is pretty cool, all things considered. But for me, honestly, I think that the play is going to be in like evergreen content that you make right now, and that's still going to be able to be relevant within a couple months because it's just going to give you that much more credibility, and you're going to be that much more ahead of the curve when things go back to normal, or things, at least go back to normal a little bit.
yeah, yeah.
You
This
know,
is. And I've been saying that too on a lot of different videos I've been putting out on like LinkedIn and everything. Like the opportunity is so great right now for the people that have been sitting there, like me and you, going around the country, and people saying, "I have no time to put video out." Now,
now.
what time? And I've been
Yeah.
talking to some people putting videos out that never did before. So I'm
Mhm.
happy to see some people breaking out of their shell and doing that. And if you're watching this right now, now's your opportunity to put that 90-second video together and give your thoughts on what's happening. And it brings value to other people because people are like, well, I wonder what he's doing. And maybe they might get something from it.
Right. And it's really interesting within our industry to see something like that because it's more personal. Like this is a very tight knit industry, so of course hearing you talk about what you're doing in the midst of this, or hearing somebody from Heritage or Partstown and what they're gonna do, it impacts us personally because this is our daily lives. Whereas like just listening to like a big pop culture person doesn't really matter what they're doing. Obviously they're gonna be fine.
Yeah, yeah. And doing stuff like this, like what we're doing, I think is important just to continue to stay in touch with the audience and the people that we talk to on a regular basis anyway. And did you catch me and Roger Smelser last week?
I saw a snippet of it. I
It
didn't
was
see the whole
long,
thing.
long chat.
Yeah,
Chat. But
I got to
well,
go back and watch it.
Fed chat. This will be in the Fed group. So we'll be putting this up. We won't keep this exclusive to the Fed group. We'll definitely put this on LinkedIn as well. But
Cool.
this is like a Fed chat, right? And Josh Dolan is going to jump on one with me hopefully this week, and Bobby Vivid over at Olympic. I talked
Nice.
briefly, so we'll get 2 more Fed chats going, and then I'll continue to reach out to people and just keep doing this and talking to each other throughout. Um, because I think branding and connectivity and humanizing the brand is going to be bigger than ever in the next
Absolutely.
decade.
Absolutely. I do think that it's like your brand, what your brand stands for in the midst of this is really going to stick with you for the next years, the coming years, you know.
Oh yeah.
Um and brand is everything at this point. It's like who can I trust? Like who will actually care? And that's the one thing we want to make sure we get. Yeah, in Maliki we trust. It's such a bold statement. It's just great. I love it.
Hey, by
That's
the
a
way, that design was done by you.
yeah.
So for
Is that
anybody looking for some design work right now, this guy's freelancing. Hit him up.
yes, yes. Um, is that embroidered? That's what I was gonna ask.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice. It
Nice
looks
embroidered
great.
polo. Yeah, I love these. So when we get back out on the road and on the field, we'll be able to uh, hit the ground running with these new little logos.
Oh
But
yeah.
whew, what else, man? What else is going on in your world? Well, you're
Um,
home with mom and everybody isolated. The brother.
yeah, yeah. My mom's she works in a medical facility, so she works at a doctor's office, and she works for Valley. So what they're doing now is they're gonna be making her volunteer. Sorry, somebody's working on my roof right now, but making her volunteer at the hospitals in order to keep her work hours because she's just going into the office right now. So that's kind of nerve wracking. But my brother's home chilling with me, and we're lounging. I watched like a whole World War II documentary yesterday, which was great.
Nice. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that's some good stuff. So what else? Watch the World War II documentary. What else you watching?
Well, everybody's been watching the lion guy or the tiger
Yeah,
guy, right?
I
Yeah,
haven't
you
watched
haven't
them.
seen it.
I haven't got.
I only watched a few episodes, but it's definitely a fun watch. It's
Yeah,
good to watch with a bunch of people if you're isolated because you can just be you can talk in the middle of it and just like comment on everything going on. What else have I been watching? I haven't been watching much Gary, but I have been watching like a lot of these editing tutorials and like YouTubers that do a lot of like how to grow your Instagram in 30 days, blah blah blah. Just because I just want to see what the new hacks are that are out there. So
yeah, of
it's nothing that we don't know at this point. Comment a lot.
yeah,
That's
of
really the big one. You know.
course. Yeah, a lot of that stuff. But yeah, I've been. So I watched two movies on demand that are supposed to be in theaters now, but they put them on demand.
Nice.
The Invisible Man.
Oh, okay, okay. It's
And
kind of a thriller, right? It's kind of a horror
that
kind of
was a
thing.
great movie, man.
Yeah.
Movie.
And
And the Hunt, which
the
is based
hunt.
on humans being hunted by humans, and that was pretty good too. Definitely,
Nice.
definitely worth the time to check those out. And then I've been watching a lot of 48 hour the first 48.
Uh, you love that stuff, man.
And I,
So just for everybody that's listening, whenever we have to share a room and we're on the road, I'll be trying to pass out and I'll hear little whispers coming from the television, and then he murdered her with his own knife, and I'm just like, what are you watching? Why are you watching this when we're
forensic
in a foreign city and we don't know anybody in the area? But
I
yeah,
love I love those murder mystery shows. They're
yeah,
interesting to me.
and then it goes from that to your cell phone with Howard Stern on.
that's that's me. If
Yeah.
you if you're holed up in a quarantine or in a room with me, that is all that's going to be on TV or on my phone. 100%. This guy got it down.
That's great.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, it's just this is just all like it's still kind of surreal. You know?
Yeah,
It is.
it really does feel like we're in some bizarre movie. Like just watching all that World War II stuff, I'm just like, man, it feels like something's about to happen, and I just don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But I try not to go there.
And just to go back to the movie, last night we watched the movie from like 2011, I think, Contagion,
Oh wow.
which is exactly what's happening right now. Talking about social distancing, um, finding out where this thing originated from a bat or a pig, and these different. If you never saw it, go watch. Maybe you shouldn't watch it, but watch it.
I'll watch it. I enjoy that stuff. I enjoy kind of psyching myself out. But did you see the what's his name? The Microsoft guy, the Bill Gates thing, where he pretty much predicts this. He does like a whole TED talk that's like maybe 15 minutes long about how we shouldn't be worried about war really anymore. The only thing that could really wipe out the human race at this point is some sort of virus or bacteria that spreads rapidly. And he pretty much goes on to describe what the coronavirus is. This is like 8 years
Wow.
ago. Yeah. Wild
I'll
stuff.
have to look that up. Bill
Yeah.
Gates TED Talk.
Yeah. 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 I'm sure it'll come right up.
All
People
right,
have been watching that like crazy.
I'm gonna check that out. And then, so the other thing that's going on out here in the world is we're all trying to physical distance and everything like that. People keep talking about social. It's not social distancing, really. It's physical.
Right. Right. Right.
We're still thankful because of all these platforms we have to stay social.
Right.
But when you go into supermarkets and the physical distancing, are you going to the supermarket or the liquor store or wherever you might be going? What are you
You
seeing
know,
out in your neck of the woods?
I went to Walmart in Sea Caucus, and that was mayhem. Like, thank God I didn't have to like go through the aisles or anything. We were just there to do a pickup. But I even going to Dunkin' Donuts. There's like little blocks on the floor, little taped off blocks of where you should be standing in line so that it'll be 6 feet apart. Dunkin' Donuts has like a big glass, like almost like a bulletproof thing, like a liquor store in the hood, and
Yeah,
that's in front of you, and you can only pay with a card. You can't pay with cash, so there's no transaction with your hands. It's wild. It's a different world.
it is. It is,
Yeah.
man. And yeah, I'm walking through ShopRite and Stop and Shop, and it's nice to see though that people are actually kind of being respectful to one another. You know,
Yeah.
they are. Everyone's keeping their distance and doing that, so that's nice to see. But um,
I think for the most part in daily life, people don't like to interact that much anyway. I think where people really are like handsy with each other is nightlife, right? Like when you're going out to have fun, or like you're going to play basketball, like anything recreational. But like if it's necessary, like you don't want to go to the DMV and touch a bunch of people, like either way, with or without coronavirus.
no,
So that's not really going to change much. It's just like the recreational stuff that like that really has to. We have to have some discipline in that area now.
yeah. And then talking about introvert and extrovert, I mean, the introvert in all of us is really happy about all this stuff, right?
Oh yeah, let me tell you, I've been like I said on my Facebook, I've been social distancing since before it was cool. So it's definitely been really easy for me to just chill. My brother, on the other hand, is a psycho, and he's just like, let's go for a walk. Like, let's walk the dog. Let's walk to the bank. Let's do. I'm like, I don't want to go anywhere. Like, if I don't have to go somewhere in order to be to progress in life, then I'm just gonna sit here and watch Netflix. Like, I'm good. So he hates that. He always yells at me, but
Yeah.
I'm embracing it. I'm sure you are embracing it too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm an extrovert to an extent, but I'm also introverted, and I do like being home and different things like that. It's just that this is the only thing that sucks. It's a little too much.
Right.
I'm definitely gonna get myself on some kind of a better routine just because I need to get out of the house. We can still get out of the house. We can still go down to the park and do different things. Just as long as we're not like if you're congregating close together, like I know they were breaking up different things here over the last couple of weeks, people playing soccer and different things like that. You can't go to the park and do that. If you're gonna go
Yeah.
for a run or for a walk and you're with the people that you've been quarantined with, that's all good.
Right.
You know, but yeah, it's look, I like it. Like I said, I like it to an extent, but I'm thinking like all the momentum that we had and all this
Yeah.
we're doing. You know, Chicago in May, we were gonna have an NRA. We were gonna have a great event sponsored by Tech Town. We were gonna be walking the floor. We were gonna have a big meetup at the at the Univex booth. There's a lot of different things that were on the pike, and we were gonna put on the Women's Fed Empowerment event. Like, there's so many things that like you have to wonder in the back of my head, like we always say, like things happen for us, not to us. Why? Why is this happening for us right now?
Right. Right. And like we talked about, like the last few episodes of the Rich and Angel show, like I don't really look at it as something that's happening to us either way. I just kind of think of it as something that we have to draw the good from. So we just have to find the good parts of it and extract it. So like maybe there is something digital that we can do when we get back to going, and people might not feel okay with like meeting in a big conference or something. maybe there is some sort of digital alternative to all this, and we just ease people back into that and ease people into the idea of maybe we can do a dinner. You know, we don't have to all French kiss or anything. You know, like
Yeah.
we can just have a dinner together in the general vicinity of each other and still be okay. So that's just something we're gonna have to work towards, and you know, I'm okay with that. That's my job. You know, our job is problem solving, so we'll figure it out.
That's right. And with that said, maybe when we get back, or we don't even have to wait till we get back. We could talk about it in the next few weeks. Have how we put a digital summit on right here on our computers, where we can
Yeah.
get some of the Fed members and put a panel together and do these. Like, maybe have like a digital conference.
Yeah, I think that'd be a great idea. At this point, I know like a lot of people are doing those Zoom group calls where you're seeing like 12, 15 people
Yeah.
all at once. So I think we can definitely do something like that, or we can just do a straight up, you know, webinar where we're talking live and then people are just joined up watching, not necessarily on video, but they're just there. So there's a lot of possibilities. There's a lot of ways to do this. And right now, I think, you know, people would be more open to it than ever.
Yeah, so I will say this right now at this point in the video, if you've made it this far, thank you.
Yeah.
In the comment section, let both of us know if you'd be interested in seeing either us doing a live webinar, or maybe you want to get together and maybe put like digital conference on with a Zoom. Let us know your ideas and thoughts on what you would like to see.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
it'll be cool because I think on the one hand, having people face to face in virtual land will be a good way for people to interact. But if they're more passive and they're more introverted or they got things going on, it'll be nice to just be able to jump on and just see what's going on and just type some comments or whatever.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
love it. I love it. Yeah, we got to stay busy. We got to stay active. We got to stay doing something with our life because um, my weekends are starting on Thursday at this point.
Yeah.
I don't know how much more I can take of this.
Yeah.
I was joking with Jenny about we're gonna survive the coronavirus, but we're gonna come out of this with cirrhosis of the liver. What's
I,
better?
I will say this: I haven't drank since this whole thing started, but I could really use some beers right now. I really am like probably gonna walk to the liquor store and just grab me a nice little sixer because
There you
it's
go.
just it's been like a month and I haven't drank anything and I'm just itching for it.
Listen, it's a beautiful day. It's this is for the first day in like how many days we have some sunshine here in Jersey, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's been rough.
It's drinking weather out here.
It is.
There you go. So what kind of beer are we getting IPAs or what?
Oh yeah, definitely getting at least to start a couple IPAs. But then I don't know. I kind of want to try and this would be a great time to just learn how to make an old fashioned. So I'm probably gonna do that too.
You should film yourself doing that.
That's a good idea. I'll probably do that. I got to go get the right accoutrement, you know, because I don't know if they're gonna have everything, but let's see. That'd be a great little vlog, little IGTV vlog.
Make an old fashioned with Angel.
Yeah, I love it.
Something to keep something to keep you going, and maybe that's an idea for the people out there watching. If you're sitting there and you're saying, I don't know what kind of content to put out right now during this, my business is really not pumping and it's slowed down, so I don't really have any day-to-day stuff to talk about anymore. There's still other stuff you could think outside the box. There's no right or wrong here. I mean, I'm definitely gonna go probably rethink and doing some reviews on just frozen meals and different things like that, just to have some fun and throw it in there and engage with people.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So, Rich and Angel Show. We are not live, but we are still here.
Absolutely.
We are quarantined, and we're here in Jersey. And the numbers, the numbers are large here in New Jersey and New York.
Oh yeah, New York. I think it's got it the worst, right? I think it's got most of the cases in the country.
Yeah. So I mean, as of right now, April 1st, which is April Fool's Day. Unfortunately, this is no fooling around. This is the United States total right now. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, I see it. Coronavirus cases 211,000.
So New York and New Jersey at the top of the heap.
83,000 total.
83,000 in New York, 22,000 in Jersey, nearly 3,500 new ones today in Jersey, 7,700 in New York as of right now.
Yeah.
Michigan's on the come up. California's still putting up numbers, but we have far surpassed China and Italy at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I think I was listening to Fauci talk about it too. New York is probably getting hit so hard just because of the nature of the city. You know, it's a very go city, and there's a lot of different cultures and a lot of different people that are always traveling, and they
Yeah.
use New York as kind of their hub. So it only makes sense that that would be kind of the place where this thing takes over a little bit, and then we get some of the splash off of New York, and that's really what's happening. And
Yeah.
so
Yeah, and I wanted to bring that up too because I'm seeing different service companies across the country, saying, hey, we're still full throttle, still working, still going strong, and yeah, we're doing planned maintenance and we're doing all these different things. And I will tell you, we haven't spoke about this, but I will tell you here in New Jersey, we are calling our customers regularly every week, and they don't want us in their kitchen. We have hospitals,
wow,
schools, we have planned maintenance things ready to go, and they're saying, no, call us in a few weeks. We're limiting the people in our kitchen over here. Now, I think I'm going to attribute that just to the sheer numbers we're putting up versus the rest of the world or the
yeah,
rest of the country.
yeah.
So we are close to a standstill at this point, minus a few C stores that we service and supermarkets. It's just nobody wants us in, including the national chains. They're like, no, we're limping by. We're doing the best we can with what we got.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, New York is pretty much a little microcosm of what the country could look like if we don't treat this properly. So I think, especially in Jersey, like we're seeing New York from right here, and it's not looking good. So we're just kind of, I can see business owners thinking to themselves, the last thing I want is any of this blowback to come onto the company. So let me just avoid any unnecessary contact and just try and maintain for as long as possible.
Yeah, and that's where we're at. We went down to almost 2 weeks now, I guess, or over 2 weeks or so. We've been at three techs, and
Wow.
again, I have an announcement I'm going to make today, and that's probably going to end up changing as well because these guys are not. There's not full days. I can't even. There's not even 40 hours a week.
Wow.
Uh, just because we can't get in anywhere. We call, we call, we call, we call. No, we're limited people in the kitchen. Nobody's coming in. Nobody's coming. They don't care if you have gloves, mask. They don't care about any of that. They want as few people to be in contact with their staff and their food and everything else. So, like I said, I see the other people across the country. We're full staff. We're still working. I don't know how that's possible at this
Yeah.
point. But I guess depending on where you are in the country, things are different.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, we kind of got hit with it first. If you think of it like the way people travel, they start in New York. Like I know a lot of people that do like the American tour, and then they go back to Europe where they live, and they start with New York, make their way across, hop over the Midwest, and go to Cali and Vegas, and then they fly back home from there.
Yeah.
So if you follow that trajectory, it's gonna really impact the coasts, and it's not going to be that bad in between. Maybe some of the pockets like Austin, Houston,
Yeah.
little Portland, stuff like that. But besides that, all the small town people, they're very much lucky right now that things aren't where it's at here.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah. But yeah, man. I'm just here. I'm here in the new office, obviously that we just redid, um, by myself. And right from here, I think I'm probably gonna figure out a couple of other things I want to do and send communications out to the employees, and I'm gonna head home. But that's the one thing I'm gonna leave everybody with. I think is if you're running a business, if you're a leader, if you're in leadership, whatever that looks like to you, the number one thing is to continue to stay in touch with the employees and the team over everything, because
Absolutely.
they need to know that there's going to be a strong business to come back to. They need to know what's going on with the decisions that you're making as a leader, and keep them abreast of it and make them a part of it because they're the reason that we exist. Our employees are the reason we exist. So we have to make sure we're staying in touch with them. And I'll leave it with that. Angel, I don't know if you have any final closing thoughts for this Rich and Angel show.
No, I think you summed it up well. Let's make sure that we relate and we communicate and we empathize.
That's it.
Mhm.
All right, man. So we'll take this one down. I guess maybe we'll look to do this once a week.
Yeah, yeah, I'm down for that.
Do a little weekly Wednesday with Rich and Angel, and
Let's
we'll
do it.
keep checking in with you guys. And go give Angel a follow on Instagram. What's your Instagram?
@_Angel Media.
Boom. There you go. Go follow me on Instagram at Rich Malky. I think it's a great time to go follow us on Instagram because we're gonna have different stories and things to entertain you through the pandemic.
Absolutely.
All right, man. Good
All
talking.
right. Good to talk. We'll talk soon.
Later, brother. Peace,
Later.
people.